Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, it's Friday. So as I was telling you, I was waiting for this to come, which is the Nolty B5. It was $20 on Amazon. It's the 9604. I can't find anybody who reviewed this one. So I took it out of its cover because my Stalogy is in here. But before we get into that, here's the actual just planner, okay? The majority of Nolties come with a cover, and that is really what I wanted, okay? These planners, I mean, they're great. I wish I would have discovered them when I was working outside of the home full time, because they're really, really good. Look at the tracker. Like, okay, so it goes, I'm confused. Okay, so it's 2025, 2026. So that's April. So that's the months. And then it goes all the way. Like how? So it's April to June. Is it? I don't know why I'm looking at that. That is in a different language. Got a lot of note paper. Wait a minute. So April to April. Yeah. That's great. And then look at these months. This is like a green and red. I'm not too big on the colors in a monthly, but it's amazing because it's a Monday start. And y'all know how we feel about Monday starts around here. They are my favorites. So you got all the monthlies up first, and then you go straight into the weekly, which is that Hobonichi week style horizontal. It's pretty big. I mean, it's pretty big in comparison to, obviously, to like a week's. In the back, like I said, you get all those. You get calendar up here. So you get the prior month and then the one after. So this was February. So if I wanted to use this, we would be here. But I'm not sure if I want to use this. I want to see if maybe I want to use it for next year. But it does go all the way to April. So I'm just like, you might as well. Now, Nolty paper, I've always liked. I don't know. I don't really care too much for like the whole, I mean, as long as my main pins work, I'm fine. And even if they didn't, I don't know. So you get an address page. You get a few of the gridded. See that? Just a few pages of the grid. Then, of course, you get all of the stuff in, I believe this is the Japanese planner. Yeah. Japanese edition. Nolty, I'm not going to butcher the name. No, B5 weekly plan. Yeah. These pages you can, I don't know. I love maps. Even though I am not a good person to like read maps. I love maps. So they give you a lot of maps. I don't know what that is. And then obviously you get this. I like this because I don't know if this is your, yeah, it looks like your contact info. Birthdays. I don't know, but you can use this for whatever you want. And I love that it's like this white, like, I mean, it lays pretty flat. I wouldn't, it's like any other notebook, but I love it. And the reason why I got it was for the cover. Of course, I still have my systemic Kukio cover in the B5 size. And of course, like I was showing you guys when I got this cover, you can also put this big old chunk of manka in this little clear thing, okay? And you could put another cover of something of some sort here. Now it did come with a book. I don't know where it is, but it's around here somewhere. It came with a notebook style. Here it is. Like this, which is pretty great. So if I wanted to, it's like that. I mean, it's definitely a really good system. I would have to push that in more, and then boom. But that's if I wanted to. You know, of course, I can always do the opposite. Put this here. And then the other one over there. I'm gonna leave this somewhere in there. And then this one, of course, can be put in here. Now, with the ones that are put in here, you have like two options, because you can just put it like this, but I wouldn't recommend. You would have to like fold it in like that. So this one essentially would be your first one that you work with. If you put it on here, I feel like the smaller book should always go in this little clear thing. I used to have one in A5. I think they come in B6 as well. So I've got that. And of course, you guys have seen me go and play in the Stalogy for a while now. And I might put some paper. I just literally have this on here. I, of course, can cover up fall and put it here. Okay, I do like the fall. I also do like this that I made. So I made this. It's just a piece of paper, and it has like loosely the these are all papers, but if I did put it like that, I would have to be careful, because I know like this is laminated, this isn't, and this isn't. So, and my son is, so I would have to literally put, you know, like packing tape on the front of this so it won't mess up my cover. This is the only cover I have in this size, of course. This is a brand new size to me. I've always seen it, but I was like, well, no, Monique, you're not using that. And I will tell you that I'm like, not like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Because this is most definitely a different size than what I get. But I love Stalogy. I also love these like clear covers, and I wanted one like now. I didn't want to have to like wait, and I didn't want to buy one that was super expensive. But for me, I'm like, you could get a planner, okay, and a cover. Like that is the best. I did put this here. I don't know if it'll come up. No. But yeah, totally fits, totally is great. I don't want to like put this where it's in the middle of my kid and my husband, but I guess that's fine. So again, I did this in my system because if I did put this down, I'd put some washi. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. I think that it's gonna give me so much space throughout the month, and I don't know, I'm very excited for that. So this right here is the standard size, so you could see how big it is against that. It's got like a little, I have a whole setup on this. But I have a lot of videos. I don't know, I wouldn't say a whole lot, but yeah. So I drew it all. It's my system in here. And I want to address something that I got a few comments about. One girl, which I'm sure if you watch this, I don't know your name, But I don't think she meant anything wrong. I haven't checked any of her reply because I gave her a very specific reply in regards to saying your system looks complicated. And, I'm pretty sure she didn't mean any harm. I'm going to give people the benefit of the doubt. Because to me, I'm like, why are you like, I don't know, like for me, if I see a person sharing their system, I'm not going to comment on their system. That's what works for them. So my system works for me, which is why I've been in it for 6 years. I've got about like 60 plus books finished. I do this every month. It's very important that you understand my neurodivergence, my anxiety, and that I am a writer. I love to write. I love to move my hands. I love to create. I have an eye for like color. I like to just set up books. But my main system has been, very definite, very defined, where, I have a calendar for that month. I love decor, so I kind of just like get that dopamine every month to set up a book. And then, I run through a whole entire system. This book is 4 weeks. So we are here, we're headed here. Then this is the next book that I would use for November, which is a 5-week book for me. I don't know. I have everything in here that is for me. I've got my mental, my tracking, my spiritual, my my food log, my weight, how much I walk. I only did 15 minutes. I got to get it together with this. I see my weight creeping up. So I'm like, Monique. She did her 2 lessons. So I have to do something else for Sophia's page for homeschool. But I also homeschool. I also have like these little scratch dump pages. And because I am all over the place, I need a place that has long-term task weekly, short-term, and then I memory keep on daily pages. So that is why I want a bigger amount of real estate. As you could tell how big this page is. So that was yesterday. What this other little page, I've been journaling. So I got my husband and my daughter. So I'm going to put right here that I took my meds. So yeah, I wouldn't call anybody's system anything. And if you do, keep it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like a person comes on here, I come on here to share. Not to be funny, but for me, because it helps relieve anxiety, not for you. So my system needs to make sense for me, not you. You know what I mean? I'm going to put this over here in my rings. So maybe you say, oh, the other question or the other comment was, how do you keep up with it all? And for me, it's not how do I keep up. You guys have to understand, I have the luxury, and I'm going to call it a luxury, that I get to stay home, focus on my mental health, focus on my home, and focus on our last child. We have 4 children, 2 adult children, 1 in college, and then 1 here at home who's 9. I have children on the spectrum myself. I have a child from a prior marriage, so I have a lot going on. And I can't focus most days. So my system grounds me. So I believe, and this is my theory, you can have your own system. And then once you have that, you can go play with everything else. That's not a philosophy that everybody can do. Reason why is because, I'm not trying to be funny, they may not have like a whole chaotic brain. And, I love color, I love paper, I love pens, I love all the things that you're on this channel for. So for me, my system is a monthly book and everything else is a play. Nothing else sticks, only these monthly books, okay? So in the back right here, I've been playing since like this week, since Tuesday. I'm going to have my regular dailies, which are like this, which is the ones you saw here. which are going to be very purposeful. So I did put a page of a Stalogy in here. This is lined Stalogy paper. And then, you know, I have like an A5 one in here. I'm not sure because of the size if I want to just do down one page or down two, because I've always been day on 2-pager. So I am going to, I told myself I'm going to play. What is happening here? Oh, I took the Hello Chica, that she was in the front. And so after a week of my system, I am now including like journal, research, copy work. My food log's gonna look different. It's gonna be on one page. Like this is gonna be really, really fun. And my the bullet journal plate little thing, the little thing that I use for like scratch that I showed you, is gonna be this way, okay? But if you turn it this way, it's literally the same size that I've been using. So this layout, this one, it's very familiar for me. One of the most familiar layouts that I have are these. This one allows me to see the week. I do a lot of my different sections. This is like my scripture, but this is going to be the same size as the B6 Slim. So in essence, you know, I am changing stuff, but I don't know. I'm not changing it to the point where it's so drastic. All of my system is not complex. For me, it's very essential, very fluid, very, very functional, and it allows me to forward plan. If I say, for instance, if I'm in that current month and I'm like, crap, I have stuff for November. Well, when I get to these last weeks, I already have November set up, so that way I can start plotting things down. So see, I have stuff for December. I put a sticky note. And then as I get, because this is a 5-week. See, so I'm starting this book the 27th and I'm ending it the 30th. So I always have months that are a 5-week. And when I have 5 weeks, I need either a larger size or a bigger book, more than 365 pages. Because I write a lot. This is a B6 Nanami. I will show you like a completed, I have family and personal goals in the front, but every single one of my weeks start off with the tracker. So I've got week 1, 2, 3, the week I'm on, and then the last week. I haven't set it up. It's completely blank, other than the weekly page, because I also plot down the week. So if I go to the current week, these tabs move. And so I did my morning page. I basically wake up like, okay, I woke up, I wrote that, you know, I had a nightmare. I have no idea what it was about, but I'm going to trust God and move about my day. And then prayer, I actually prayed to God. And then I'm on my devotion note area. The devotion note gives me a chance to write as if God is talking directly to me. It just soothes my soul and like just helps me. Then I go into scripture writing. It's just the devotion I'm following too online is Joyce Meyer, Everyday Promises, through the Bible app, and hers comes with a devotion and a scripture. So it's been really nice. I've got my food log. I track my calories. I started in April at 210 pounds. I'm 188. I did lose that 20-ish pounds. I did it for the sole purpose. My motivation was to put my A1C down. It was at 6.1. I'm back at normal 5.5. Diabetes runs very badly in my family. I've had both parents pass from it. My sister currently had a stroke, who was going to be 51 this month. She passed in June, and even before she passed, I was already on my health journey. And her passing gave me a lot more push, because I was like, I want to live. And I'm not trying to say my sister didn't take care of herself. She did, obsessively. She had childhood, adolescent diabetes, you know. And so she obsessively took care of herself, but it was just too much for her body. So the health sections that I have are very, very important. I have structured my system to holistically fulfill every single thing that I need throughout my day. It's like when I first start my day to I end my day. You'll see a lot of videos from me. I film daily because I'm in my hour. I wake up at 7:30, and my daughter, who we all have sleeping problems, she wakes up about 10:30, 11, and I do my specific routine. I film, I do my planner routine, I walk, I feed the dogs, I take care of me, and it really, really helps. So anyhow, this turned into my system and the B5 Nolty. But the biggest reason why I got this was for the clear cover. I did have to like pull this out. It came like stuck, but I like to always have a ruler in with my system because I'm always drawing out the week. So like this ruler, it just stays right here. I've been doing that for the past, I don't know, few months, and it's been really, really nice. I also have a yearly perspective in which I have tracked, weight, sex, arguments. So here, that's when I started, April 2023. I started at 208, 207, 206, 207. Oh, I was 209.8 when I started the deficit. Then I slowly started getting down. I was about at 191 at the funeral. And then that's when I started getting into the 180. So I've been at 188 for 3 months now. And I really do want to try and get myself down to 180 before the year goes. But my body has been sitting at this weight for 3 months. But to be fair, I've been staying in my calorie deficit, which is like 1750, and I'm 5'4". But to be quite fair, I haven't really been hitting it hard. I still walk every day, at least 15 to 30 minutes. And I was heavily using my weights when I started. So, I know what I have to do. I've always known. This is not my second journey. This is if you've been struggled with your weight, you've been a chronic yo-yo dieter. So I have always been that. I've struggled all the time because I always needed something sweet, salty. I never knew that my ADHD was a problem and how much it would have cost me a lot had I known. I was late diagnosed, so it's I feel like I've got answers now, and it's so helpful. But then some days I get kind of upset, shit, I wish I had someone that cared for me. So that is why it's very important that my kids, we did early intervention to help them to get resources while they get older. Like our son as well is using his resources in college. My older boy just recently got his ADHD diagnosis, and he's pursuing his autism. It explains a whole lot. I was a teen mother, so it explains a lot of why my older boy struggled. My kids with my husband now, the two we have together now, we knew something was off with Sophia at 3. So she's had her diagnosis since 3, but it was a blessing because if Sophia didn't get her diagnosis, none of us would have known. I wouldn't have known to go test Isaac and help him. It's very hard to get a diagnosis when you're in your 40s, in my opinion, because when they diagnose children, it's all through play. It's all through interacting with them, and then because they're so young and they can't communicate, they have not learned how to mask. It's very easy to see how if what their social and communication looks like. Like our daughter wouldn't speak. She had no language until about 4 or 5. And then where it was clear and we could understand her, she would talk in gibberish. And then she wouldn't play with nobody anywhere. She would scream when anybody was around her. She would scream in the car. She would scream in public. And we had noticed that she needed like her specific things, like a blanket, a cup, and her stuffy everywhere she went. So she had to have it. Like she would melt down, or if it was lost. So right now she has like her 2 little besties since she's been born. She has one called Ivy, and then now she got a new one like 2 years ago, and that's Layla. And those two, she says they're her best friends. They ground her when she goes out in public. She still to this day will not speak to people. It took her a while to speak to her own grandmother and uncle. So it's early intervention is key. And if it wasn't for my children, I wouldn't have known about myself or my older boy, and to try to help. So we're obviously, I don't like the word, we have lower support needs. There are individuals on the spectrum who have higher support needs. We just like, we mask the higher functioning ones, mask, and they learn to, at a young age, something's wrong with me, but we try to fit in. We try to fit in, and we copy, and we observe, and we have our autisms. And it was heavily affecting my marriage. So, in 2023, I finally, and my mom, my sister, my aunts, my nephews and nieces, they are now getting support. I have older siblings who are in their 60s, and they refuse to even take care of their mental health, which is, but, I always story tell and share too much. But my system helps me with my autism, ADHD, OCD, PTSD, like I have. And people are like, I didn't want to talk about labels. For us, they're not labels. For us, they're freedom. They're like, this right here puts a name to all of the shit I've been through, and it allows resources now. Okay? There's accommodations. Without our son's diagnosis, he would not be able to have a quiet room for testing, extended period on his assignments, like access to presentation slides. That he's very, very smart. And he's also very rigid, very, very, it's hard for him to start a task and focus, and without having like meltdowns or panic attacks, but they start different ways. How do I know so much? Autism and mental health was a part of my life before. I got a degree in counseling, but this was way before I even knew anything about anything. I've been obsessed with this and mental health since I was young. Even I got pregnant at a young age. I would go around the schools and talk to kids so they wouldn't be, basically my situation was shared, that I was a teen mom, so they won't have sex young. So I've been doing this for quite some time, but I just never knew like why. Like I knew, I was like, something's wrong with me, but I never had parents who advocated for me. My parents, no. So this system helps regulate me, helps calm me, helps I sit here, and we all know that YouTube is, well, for me, it's a very big part of my regulation. And I could sit and create and write. I have a whole spread. If you're new to my channel and you're like, I don't know who you are, well, I have a whole spread down here in my little play area. So we have the kitchen, then we have this area. This was always Sophia's area for play, but there's my noise canceling. Those are life-saving for me, and I am very much, I have the push and pull. I have the where I can create very, very rigid with my system, very rigid with my routines outside of planning. But with planning, it's the only thing with journaling that I find freedom. I am like artsy fartsy, and I just sit here and use blank paper as a canvas. I really want to start to get into actual art. I want to like take classes because I have always dreamed of being an artist and like that kind of stuff. And I used to attend art classes in ninth grade because there was a portion, a few weeks, I think it was like 4 weeks that I went to an actual high school because I was in a teenage and parenting program that I was allowed to walk with the Fullerton High School in Southern California. So I graduated early, but in high school, before they transferred me to that program, I went and I had an art class, and she showed me so much technique, and I always wanted to go back and do that, but I never did. So I graduated high school 5 months early, and then I went to Fullerton JC. Shout out to Fullerton. I was born and raised in Southern California, so I knew something was wrong because I'm also Mexican, and in our culture, you don't talk about that shit. So, especially around the time that I was struggling, and don't jack around and put trauma into the picture, then you have a whole full-fledged fun ass time. So my system really helps me. Back here, I'm just playing with stickers, you guys. Like, I gave a dedicated space to test this out, to have fun, to allow me to do what I do. And I don't know, it's one of those things where I am just so happy and so thankful. We were a homeless crew when we were kids. We lived in sheds, we lived in cars, we lived in hotels. Me and my brother, we were the younger ones. My mom had us, she had me at 35. She had my brother probably at 30. But there was all their older kids up in front of us. So we were the last two, and we suffered. My brother at 46 got his diagnosis. He's like, Monique, what the fuck, man? Something is wrong with me. I'm like, Daniel, he didn't speak at all. He was like 18 years old. My brother, I remember, because we were close, we were together. He never spoke. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening, And I would talk to him, and he was so quiet to me. He was kind of rude, low-key rude. But you'll find that, individuals on the spectrum, obviously it's a communication disorder. It's a very, very difficult, when I get too stressed, I won't speak. I'll use text message, especially with my husband. And so I'm just so happy that I'm able to stay home. And yeah, I do make a couple $100 on YouTube. I have a Patreon. I made like $200. In the beginning, I was so afraid. I've been filming since 2013, and in the beginning, I was so afraid to monetize and do all that. I was still working outside the home. My ears constantly ring. I don't even know about you guys, but mine's do. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? But it has been so helpful, so freeing. All you aunties and uncles who support my channel, my Patreon, you help Isaac, you help us with the little things. Like, sometimes I use that. Like, when we were on vacation one time, I used it for like to go to dinner. I used it to before I used it to buy, it was Isaac's. It was like really Isaac's. I would use it for all things Isaac, because our son is very particular in his self-care and his hair care. And so he would, oh my gosh, he's obsessed with it. So y'all would pay for that, because sometimes he would be like, Mom, can I get my creatine? Mom, can I get my protein powder? Mom, can I get my curl up shea moisture, da 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 da, my scala my this and this. Boy, it's expensive. It's expensive. So yeah, I'm definitely thankful, obviously grateful. So, but my channel I started was for me, and I also wanted to have books that my kids can refer to when I'm dead. And then when Mom passes, you can listen to my voice, because I have like 5,000 videos. I mean, for a whole year straight, you can listen to Mom, because I'm there and I'm talking about a lot of stuff. So I think it's pretty cool. It's the reason why I did it. And yeah, I have no idea how I got here, by the way. Feeling very thankful, because this video was supposed to be just for the B5 Nolty, but somehow, some way, it's become something. That's right, because someone said my system was complicated. Let me see if I could find the comment, because what I told her was here. Oh, she replied. She said, I appreciate the transparency. I love to write and love all these clerical, I might say. I didn't mean to offend, just trying to understand, because I see a bit of me in you, but I have issues with finding my way. I don't have a system and often find myself drifting. Why do I want to cry? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Let's okay. I think I want to cry, because when people tell me they see a bit of them in me, it's like, wow, the person who struggled their whole fucking lives. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So I told her I think my system is actually pretty functional and fluid, and I don't see it as complex. I do not see anything like keep up. I get my style and the way I process info, so there's nothing to keep up with. Like, I create. If you understand the premise of my anxiety and neurodivergence, it would make sense. Well, it would possibly make sense to you. But key thing is, it only has to make sense for me. My brain constantly is going, and I use paper and pen as a way to create and regulate. I have a monthly system that is consistent for the past 6 years, so everything else is play and fun projects. So, Cindy, well, thank you. I knew you didn't mean it in a mean way. I knew that. If you're having problems struggling and finding your system, I swear to you, I have been where you guys have been in terms of playing with everything. Go back into my channel. You'll see me freaking playing with everything. It wasn't until there was a pivotal part in my life where I had to stop and think, like, what's happening? There is something happening. You are not able to function. And it was impeding my daily life. And so that is why I made a system that helped me. One biggest thing I'll tell you is brain dump your day. Even if you work outside of the home, whatever you do, brain dump the structure of the day. Like, for instance, let me see, where do we have something? Let me go over here. Let's go back to the way back, because all these pages are used. Here. And with this book, what I do when it's like this, I flip it so I have an even space to write on. So the flow of my day, right? It's still very jacked. Let's move this. Is me. So I wake and I need to have a release. Because I struggle with anxiety going to bed and waking up. It freaking sucks. I have medication. It doesn't help. So I know I need to, like, I have my morning pages. My morning pages are a fancy name for morning journaling. Then I have my Devo notes. I'll follow a devotion plan. If you're not, if you don't know God, that's fine. I would suggest quotes or affirmations, something that will ground you, okay? I write scriptures, so you could write affirmations. Very small, maybe put it on your day or something, I don't know. Then after my scripture plan, I have, well, now I'm going to be incorporating my journaling back in within my week. And then I'm going to have like research and copy work, because that literally is what all this is back here. All this is that. And so it's going to be research. Then it's going to be food log. Then it's going to be my Bujo scratch paper. Well, shit, hold on. After food log is homeschool. Then that. Then it's my week. Lies. It's my brain dump. Then it's my week. And then it's my day. You notice that I have planning last. I did that deliberately. I wanted to take care of my mental health first. Because again, my mental health has always been an issue. So, Cindy, if you have issues with finding your way, you also have to do some self-reflection. Oh my gosh, I have prompts. Hold on. Hold on. These are mental health prompts. I went to Chad. What helps my body feel calm? What does enough look like for me today? Where in my day-to-day do I need silence or softness? What does compassion mean to me this week? When did I feel most like myself today? A lot of these, just go to Chad or ChatGPT, even the Google, and just put mental health reflection prompts. Okay? You gotta find, I always start holistically from the mental health side, because think about planning, right? Think about tasks that we're writing down every single day. What we tell ourselves is, you better get this shit done or you're not productive. Maybe not like that, but I need to be productive. I need to stay on top of my life. I need to stay on top of my tasks, because what? You start to feel what? Anxious, all over the place, chaotic, things are falling through the cracks. So you got to tell yourself, this is where I let my planning be whatever, my journaling be whatever. So I tell myself, what do you need in that moment? So for me, I need to write. I need to encourage myself. I need to ground myself. And the way that I do that is I talk to God through prayer. I talk to him every day. God, do you understand what the hell's happening to me right now? He's like, yes, I get you. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and God have a relationship, so it's not like he's going, my salvation card's not going to be pulled because I said F you. He knows his child. He made me. So if I start telling myself, man, you can never get your shit right. You can never find your system. You're all over the place. You buy all these planners. You don't even use them. Cindy, can we take a look here? And there's more. There's more upstairs. There's more in my closet. There's more over here. And I was just talking, who was I just talking to about this? I was like, you deserve the book. We deserve the book. We're either mothers, fathers, spouses, aunts, uncles, cousins, daughters, caretakers, whatever. This world is hell in a handbasket. It's a shit show. If we don't have anything to play with or ground us with, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We are going to go batshit crazy if you haven't already. So if you see me in yourself, it's because you're seeing my authenticity and you're seeing me letting me be no rules. I can't tell you the countless amount of people have said, Monique, you help me because your style is no rules. I'm like, girl, please. One girl was like, fangirl. I'm like, girl, Ricky, I'm nobody but like you, who struggles and who decides to put my business out there very loosely. But I've always believed in sharing my story, my struggles, my testimony, my issues for the betterment of other people. because I know my God-given purpose. I know that that the hands and feet of the world are the individuals who are not going to throw the damn Bible at someone for being gay, for being this, for being that. Why would that advance the kingdom of God if you're being a DICK? If you're truly not loving people and you're judging people. I have my moments. I'm human. I fall short of the glory of God. I'm also a butthead. I'm all the stuff. But if like I don't find myself in who I am and I don't just insert myself of who I am, like if you believe in the Lord, the devil will have a field day. He'll be like, oh, so you over there talking shit about yourself? Let me tell you, you right. You're right. So the reason why you see me is because I'm transparent. I'm going to be like, Cindy girl, stop your shit. Stop stressing. Do not beat yourself up. Maybe lead with, I see myself in you, but your system is a little, can you explain and elaborate your system more? Because at first I was like, girl, why are you calling me complex? It was like a trigger word for me, but I had to work through it. Yeah, I'm telling you. Because I get a lot more people that are rude and mean, and I have to delete those. You're all over the place. You're dumb. You use this. You're never going to work. And then I'm just like, how sad. You came to the internet to watch freaking lovely YouTube. I love YouTube, especially the planner tube. And you're over here judging someone and their creativity. You're so, I feel bad because I'm like, man, you must fucking struggle, doggy. You must struggle. It takes a lot to hate people and be mean and rude. Okay, so let's just get our lives together. I still want to buy this Jesus Calling. And where are we at? Oh my gosh, we're at 46 minutes. All because of my storytelling. Who gives? Who cares? I want the Jesus Calling. It's like $16. I did do a load of laundry. I did Sophia's. Did I fold and put the clothes away? No. So I'll be even more transparent. I'm going to show you the state of my house. I don't care. Is it completely shit messy? Ofrenda, if you need one, you should get one. We celebrate the animals. My baby girl. Why'd I come over here? We celebrate my sister, my mom, my dad. Samantha's actually here. We haven't done anything with her yet. So anyhow, we have that. And then look at here. I probably have some dishes in there. Like, dude, I don't care. I'm in my haven. I'm in my sanctuary. I don't care about folding some damn clothes. You should go upstairs and see my couch. As long as my husband is happy, shit. Oh my gosh, I gotta follow up with VA. I'm scared. No, VA is gonna approve my spouse benefits, but I'm scared to follow up with Texas A&M. Because I'm like, what if they reject me? What if they reject me? Maybe let's go on here together. Like, obviously I'm not going to share my contact details, but shit, I forgot the website. I can log in, and she said that if I log in, I should be able to see my application. And if I see my application, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Why did I choose to do this online with you guys? I'm scared because I really want to go into this program. Oh my gosh, why? Did it wrong. Because I want to finish out my clinical and counseling. My goal is to be an autistic affirming therapist and take clients leisurely remote. I do not want to be in a practice with an 8 to 5 job. Dude, you're a bullshitter. That is my information. It's telling me that it's not. Whatever, maybe that's for a reason. I want to be a autistic affirming therapist. The therapists nowadays, they literally go from a neurotypical perspective. And you can't handle me in a neurotypical perspective, nor my children, nor anybody else in this world. Because if someone's having anxiety as an autistic individual, it's not the anxiety that a neurotypical individual would face. An NT is going to be like, man, I'm fucking stressed out, but they're going to get through it in probably like an hour or two. The ones that have debilitating anxiety, and you know what I'm talking about, and some might say, well, you know, I don't have autism and I have severe anxiety. I understand that. There's a whole other thing to it. All I'm saying is, I want to be that therapist that can sit with you and come along with you in your anxiety. I used to coach women, but that went away because I was like, I can't deal. So I want to work on my do my work for my mental health and go to school part-time for 3 years. And then that's when my husband will more than likely retire. We have a real estate business too, so we can like tag team back again. So I want to somehow put these reflection mental health prompts. Let me give you an idea. What helps my body feel calm right now, right? So let's say I put it in this area. I don't know. What helps my body feel calm now? So that is the question. I want to do these prompts weekly. And how I want to incorporate that is maybe when I'm praying or whatever, Lord, can you reveal to me how can I calm my spirit, my mental, what can I do? Sometimes he'll talk through scripture, he'll talk through news, he'll talk through like things like I know. How I know it's God's voice is it's opposite of mine, because mine's batshit crazy. Mine's like anxiety, depression, all this shit. When it's not that, I know my Father's voice. So I can also like maybe on my dailies, like I no longer need this here. I am trying to figure out how to do it. I told my friend Erin, she's like my bestie, I've known her. I found her from this community and we chat very substantially. So, you know, what is silence? And how does it work for my faith? And then further, how does it work for my neurodivergence? Because silence is golden, for real for me. But because of my combined ADHD, if I sit too long, I'm like, holy shit. I told myself I was going to go sweep the porch. What about the clothes upstairs? Did you even feed Maya? No, she's in her cage right now. Like, did you, because she won't get out until kind of like Sophia gets, she's whatever. So let the prompt carry me through the week. And then like tomorrow, once I research this and whatever I research that, it comes up with something for me, then make that interesting. And then by Sunday, answer the true question. Don't answer right away. What helps my body feel calm now? So it's like self-care throughout the day and week. Does that make sense? I gotta get off here. So, beef wrap up. I was trying to figure out, Monique, you gotta do a wrap up at the end of your videos, because man, you are a hot diggity dog. B5 Nolty. Where's that little chingadera? Where's the little thing? Oh man. What do I do with it? Oh, I put it in here. Mira nomás. Así, right here. Like this. Open. Boom. Okay? B5 Nolty. I got it for the case. It's $19.99, $96.04. On Amazon. It is a Japanese planner from April to April. Is that what it said? I'm using the case for my Stalogy with my system. My system is fluid. It is helps me. It could help you. Point, period, blank. Friends, life is too short to tell yourself, I don't want to buy, I want to buy this. Shit, last night, me and Aaron, like, let's get a sterling ink. I want to, now, you know what I want? I'm fixated on. I want a Sterling Winks undated weekly, full year. I haven't figured out if it's compact or vertical. And I want this damn freaking cover that Mel showed. Everything Marmy, go follow her. She's like a lot of my style. I got so much. Oh my gosh, let me also show. Where is it? Oh man, I don't even know the name. It's like a clear week's cover. And Alla? What's it called? Alatonin? Oh, here. It's called this. Eso. But I want the beige one. And I want a big fat notebook in there. I'm more than likely probably going to buy it for myself. So, as a wrap up, do you? Watch your self-talk. Like I tell my son, watch your self-talk. It matters. If we're militant, which I'm very militant with myself, just remind yourself, if you're going to talk to yourself like that, then it's going to come with consequences. And I tell myself that all the time. Monique, you keep talking to yourself like that, you're going to lose your shit. So you better go sit on the couch. If you're going to talk like that to yourself, you might as well talk to yourself like you're talking to a friend or a small baby or a small toddler. Relearn, reparent. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Cindy, I hope that helped you. You helped me. And God bless you guys.